before that, really quick, let's do the rankings of the episodes. Rankings. Okay, here we go.
Where the episodes are ranked, and it doesn't even matter.
And it doesn't matter! Yay!
Yay!
Okay, Rachel, as usual, because I hate when people rank from the top to the bottom, because why would you do that? You save the bottom. I guess it's because people can go, oh, I know it's going to be number one, but it's like, yeah, but why would you start at the top?
I like starting from the bottom, going up. Yeah, that's my favorite way. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Do you want me to start like I've been starting with the...
Yes, I feel like you should. I feel like you should start with these. It just makes more sense.
My number 13.
Because there were 13 episodes.
Yes. My number 13 is Boomtown, the episode with Bon Flashaflock and the debate about whether or not the doctor should be... Yes, that's right. Rachel, you're number 13?
I also went with number 13 as Boomtown. I did the same. It just wasn't a strong episode. It just felt like a throwaway, but it, of course, had important information in it, so that like annoyed me at the same time.
It felt like a battle episode. It felt kind of like go back and listen to us discuss that episode. It's not like it's insulting to my intelligence or anything like that. It's just kind of there. It really felt like they were stretching the reasoning for it being there pretty thin. So that I didn't like that one. It was my number 13.
Like we were saying before too, it was like they were trying to do what they were doing in this one, where it's like, see what you do, you left this behind. It was like they were trying to have that one help build up to this moment, because like, oh, look again, see, you shouldn't have just walked away. You should have checked stuff. Yeah. But it just didn't have that effect. It didn't have that same feeling.
Yeah, it didn't feel it. They could have come up with some other way to do it that I think would have worked better. Mm-hmm. Rachel, what's your number 12?
I went with the Aliens of London, again with the Slovene stuff. It's a little too fart jokey for me, which is literally all it is. So that's kind of why I went with that one, the Aliens of London.
I have my number 12 as the Unquiet Dead. Again, it's fine, but after watching it, I was like, if this is what Doctor Who is, then it's going to be kind of draggy, because it's the Charles Dickens one. These bottom 5 for me could probably be a little interchangeable sometimes. Like, I'm thinking maybe Aliens of London should have been lower on my list. But for me, I've got the Unquiet Dead at 12 because it felt more like just kind of an episode to have them go to the past, because they've just got some old-timey stuff sitting around, and we could make a Charles Dickens episode out of it. Realistically, if you were to go back and rewatch this, you wouldn't have to watch that episode to get literally anything, except for the first mention of Bad Wolf. Like, that's kind of all that's there. My number 11 is Rose, the first episode of the series. It does a decent job of establishing the characters and everything. The villain plot, the mannequins or whatever, was kind of strange. Yeah, that was a little odd. Some of it just doesn't hold up. I didn't think the budget definitely comes through in that one, so I put it as number 11.
Okay. My number 11 is I'm kind of sticking with my the Slovene isn't my favorite alien, and I went with World War III. It's not bad. It was just kind of it's just more fart jokes. It's just kind of like the finishing off the story. I do think it was better than the first part, I think, just
I would
because
agree with
the characterization.
Harriet Jones
yes.
lifts it a little bit.
There's more of that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So my number 10 was the Unquiet Dead. So now I had it up a little bit higher. And I think I only did because they went into the past on this one. And I was just kind of like, I liked getting to play with further into the past.
I do like that too. To me, it felt a little PBS, like a Wishbone episode.
It did feel like a Wishbone episode, absolutely. And I think that's why it's lower on my list, is just because it is kind of a little blah. A little bland when it comes to the past episode, which I feel like they could have done a little bit more. They could have made it a little bit more, but I still feel like it was fun getting to play around with that. Yeah. With the time machine.
My number 10 is Aliens of London, as we've discussed. I'm not a huge fan of the Slitheen. For me, though, it was the first time of seeing a Doctor Who where the real world is seeing some of this craziness. And I liked the build up there and some of like the tension that they had in Aliens of London. But ultimately, I'm with you. There's too many fart jokes, and this thing are too wacky, and it's a little too Russell Davies being funny and silly with his script. And World War III is number 9 for me. Just the whole arc.
Right.
I don't even remember what we said. I bet if you go back and you listen to what we said, one of us is like, "Oh, the first part was better," or something.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember where the characterization was in. There was like more characterization in one part than the other, and there was like more of that.
I'm going to remind everyone that these rankings do not matter.
They don't matter. It doesn't matter. It's fine.
Rachel, you're number 9?
My number 9 is Rose. That's the first episode
So
again.
we had the same bottom
It's
5.
interchangeable.
Yeah.
I didn't want to put it too low because I know it's the first episode. You know, they have to get us somewhere. They have to bring in everything. It could have been stronger, of course, right? The living plastic. It's a weird alien that they just kind of went, yeah, that's fine. But it was my first episode of the new stuff, and I know I've seen old stuff, so of course I have a little nostalgia for it, and I'm gonna put it up a little bit higher just because it's kind of silly to watch all of the characters come together.
Sure.
Then number 8 for me is The Long Game.
And that's the same for me. I also have The Long Game at 8.
Yes, it's fine.
I had it lower on the list before Bad Wolf. And Bad Wolf actually propped it up a little bit because of the setting. So it incorporated itself, by incorporating it in there, it actually made it so it's like, oh, okay, like now there was like purpose to it, which you probably shouldn't do. The episodes should be evaluated on their own, but for me, it was like you're saying, it's fine, it's there.
Yeah, it's fine. The bad guy is kind of interesting, and stealing all of like
monster, or Simon Pegg.
I was thinking Simon Pegg.
Yeah, it's the same episode.
But yeah, the butthole monster is kind of fun.
I read somewhere that Simon Pegg was actually supposed to come back as the Minority Report twin. Like they hooked him up.
I could have seen that happening, or like, do you think that she was like a descendant of him? Because like he was also just like
that pale. Yeah,
yes,
he looked kind of like
that pastiness of like never getting to leave the room, type of thing. So it could be kind of interesting. I just like that actor, so it's hard not to,
Yeah.
Oh, there was a schedule conflict, so he couldn't be hooked up to some wires for a while.
Yeah. At number 7, I have The End of the World. So this one, I like all of the wacky aliens and the fun with the skin flap and the tree lady.
Yes. And
the little blue Sultan creature genie guy. I think all of that is fun. It's cheap looking, but in like a quaint way, in like a fun, like, oh, this is like a Power Rangers episode type of way. So I thought that this one had enough good moments in it. It establishes a lot for Rose, and it establishes a lot for the Doctor. So I got it at 7.
My 7 is Father's Day. Father's Day never really hit as hard for me. I think it's fine. I think it's good. It's got some characterization in it. The weird time dragon creature gargoyle things are a little weird. I know I'm going to say that's weird and then be like, I like these weird aliens. Some of the aliens are fun for me. This one is just kind of like, all right, there's a monster. Like it's more of a monster than actually like a being or like an animal or like something like that. It just feels more like a weird doom creature is coming to come get me.
Yes, they look like they straight out of Doom too. The CGI in them for sure.
Yeah. So I mean, like the CGI may have been off-putting as well for me on this one, and I think that's why this looked cheap to me versus like the actual like makeup and like creature creation. To me, this felt like a cheap episode.
Yeah, it's not great.
Like CGI. I made this with clip art. Like, all right, I did this in some weird animation software. So that's the only reason. Otherwise, the characterization is great. I like having the dynamic with Rose and her father, and the choices of changing the past and actually having to keep it the way it is. My number 6 is The End of the World. And I like the aliens, like I was saying. That's why I'm like, oh, I'm going to say the aliens. But it's like, I liked how they actually used makeup on, like, the tree lady. I thought she actually looked really, really good for being, like, full of makeup and, like, prosthetics and everything to make her into an alien.
Right.
And I also do like the dynamic of the Doctor showing Rose, and she kind of, like, is like, it's just mind-blowing because this is her first trip. So it's kind of fun to get to see that part of their travels and all of that kind of stuff too. It helped establish more of like, what is this going to be like? We're going to the future and we're going to see what happens.
My number 6 is Bad Wolf. I thought it was good, but I've kind of talked about, some of the issues that I had with the episode overall, but I did think that as a building story arc for the conclusion, I had that one as number 6. It's a good episode and it does build to the final like epicness of it. My problem with it is the reality TV show Hook is a little corny and it's very Russell Davies funny.
Yes.
I'm trying to be cheeky writing,
Right.
and that doesn't always hold up for me. So that's where I have it as number 6.
Sure. And that's why it's my number 5. It kind of ages it a little bit because of all of the silliness of it.
Silliness and Doctor Who, I know, goes hand in hand.
Of course, is great, but this silliness is kind of like that just makes me think, like, this just feels old. It just makes it feel old. I do like that episode a lot because of how much it builds everything up. I like how the characters have to figure out a way out of this weird post-apocalyptic reality TV show, game show type of thing. Yeah. So it's still fun.
My number 5 is The Parting of the Ways, the finale that we just talked about. And we've talked about a lot of it. I think it is a good conclusion for Christopher Eccleston, so it works pretty well in that regard. And see podcasts for other descriptions therein.
Just rewind to listen about that one.
Yeah, press the little button that said The Parting of the Ways if you skipped it and went right to the rankings for some reason. But yes, I've got it as my number 5.
And mine's number 4. Same reasons as we were talking about today, how I really enjoy that it like built up to the end, and the acting for Christopher Eccleston is great. Yeah, same things that we were kind of like talking about. I like the story. There's parts that could be a little bit stronger to make it more of my favorite, but it's not on the top. So
so there. My number 4 is The Doctor Dances. I thought, and I understand, and I do not come in with the baggage of it of being a Doctor Who fan. So I do know that people think that this is like one of the greatest Doctor Who stories between this and The Empty Child of all time. I thought that the ending wasn't as strong as I was hoping it would be. I thought that the conclusion was not as much as I was hoping for. Even though Rachel, if you go back and listen to the episode that we did on it, she gets me there with like why, as a Doctor Who fan, you would feel that way. I could see this flip-flopping with The Parting of the Ways, because I do think that The Parting of the Ways has a stronger conclusion, even with that Deus Ex Rose conclusion. It's the last scene of the Doctor regenerating that I think saves that one a lot.
Sure.
I just have this one a little bit higher because of the setting and of the way that
World War II is your favorite war.
That's right. I can't knock it down for that. So I've got this one at number. Yeah, exactly. So I've got it at number 4 for me. Oh, and The Empty Child I have as number 3. I thought that the setup with The Empty Child was really good. That's why I was slightly disappointed by The Doctor Dances, because I was like, oh, there's good creepy effects in it. I like the setting. Yes. I like the characters that are with us. Captain Jack gets introduced. He's not quite the cartoon character that he is in Boomtown or The Doctor Dances.
Sure.
It's very good. It's very good. So I have The Empty Child as my number 3. So between the two of them, 3 and 4, right. People can't bitch at me that much. I made it 3 and 4 out of 13 on the list.
Well, I can say then 3 and 2 is the entire Empty Child Doctor Dances is for me too. This is probably one of my favorite stories, like for this season at least, and potentially like throughout. It's probably one of my favorites. It's very enjoyable to me. I like that it goes a little darker in sections. Like, I wish it would hit. I always wanted to push further, but it's Doctor Who. It can't go that far. But I do like that it's a little creepier. It has a memorable monster character. And I do like the end of this one. I like how it brings it to a point where the Doctor is relieved that he can save everybody. So I do like how that one actually ends.
My number 2 is Father's Day.
I knew you were going to put that one up higher. You really liked that one. I felt that coming. Yeah.
I think that this one's very, very good. I do agree that the villains, the gargoyle CGI Doom creatures, are bad. They're not good. They're not good at all. But the characters and the characterization and the way that they frame, I like that it's this small, intimate episode.
Oh, sure.
With Rose just trying to see her dad, and I like the way that the doctor plays into that. It just works for me as a character study a lot, and I definitely overlook the CGI of it to put it at number 2 because the villains, the gargoyle creature things, are not good. They should have been like Grim Reapers or something. Just make it simpler.
Yeah,
and that would have been better. Make it the Grim Reapers.
I think it would have put it higher up for me.
The Grim Reapers from End of the World, and then that would have worked better. But overall, I really, really liked this episode. I thought it was great. I did.
I don't hate it. I do like it. It's just not.
Yeah, you had it at 7.
It just never felt as strong.
Sure.
Right.
And we both have the same number 1, Rachel.
We
so
do, which is funny.
If you've been paying attention at home, crossing it off the list.
Episode 6, the Dalek, is number 1 on both of our lists. The Dalek character is great. The story's fun. It's a great introduction to one of the Doctor's biggest foes, and you can feel that tension between them.
But gives the Dalek some different kind of characterization than people would probably have been used to as well, with the fact that it can't kill Rose. And, yeah, exactly.
They're not just like a mindless death machine. It actually has some character to it.
Yeah, the tete-a-tete between him and the Doctor, the Dalek and the Doctor, works really well. Only thing that would have made this better is if I like how they introduced Jack, because I don't like Adam, but he's not as
Adam
big of a stooge as he is.
Yeah, he's not a douche in this one.
Game. Mm-hmm. So, but even the being in the vault and dealing with the guy that owns the internet, the dynamic between the Doctor and the Dalek works really well, like you're saying, Rachel, and with Rose and the Dalek too.
Yes,
and it's that first time that you have the Doctor frantically trying to save Rose, and you get to learn a lot about what the Doctor did to the Daleks and all of this kind of stuff.
There's a lot of backstory in this.
It's a fun episode to me. Okay, so that is our rankings, our shelf life rankings. If you average it all out, the list goes Dalek, The Empty Child, The Dr. Dentzes, The Parting of Ways, and Father's Day, both tied there. Bad Wolf, The End of the World, and then The Long Game, World War III and Rose are tied. Aliens of London and The Unquiet Dead are tied. And then the very, very bottom is Boomtown.
Poor Boomtown.
Dalek 1, Empty Child 2, Dr. Dances 3, Father's Day 4, Parting of Ways 5, Bad Wolf 6, End of the World 7, Long Game 8, Rose 9, World War III 10, The Unquiet Dead 11, Aliens of London 12, and Boomtown is at the bottom as episode number 13. And that means that, Rachel, we have officially gone through all 5 episodes here on Saturday Morning Shelf Life. So it is that time to say whether or not any of these episodes have shelf life and whether or not the season as a whole has shelf life. I can never remember if we do a little bit of the rankings first or if we do the shelf life verdict first. It feels like the rankings would come first, and then we would say whether or not the season as a whole has shelf life. I think makes sense.
I think we can do that. That's fine. That works for me. Well, you know how much I hate rankings, so.
Yeah, I mean, I can go first.
I can. I don't care. I guess we could both. What?
Oh yeah, I guess we could go 5, 5, 4, 4, 3, 3. Because rankings should start at the bottom. That makes the most sense.
Okay. I made a change on mine.
Oh, Rachel made a change. Okay. So I will tell you my number 5 first.
Okay.
Is Hot Rodding Teenagers from Dimension X.
100% agree. Yes.
I did not like that episode.
I didn't like that one.
I thought it was bad.
I hate those stupid teenagers.
Yeah, the teenagers are really bad. The episode is just too goofy, and they don't act themselves. The ending with them in the bunk beds is really fucking stupid.
What was that?
I didn't like it at all.
So that's my number 5.
Okay, I agree. And it's also my number 5.
My number 4 is Enter the Shredder.
Okay.
I think it was only okay. I did think it was a little more on the goofier side with Bebop and Rocksteady. I didn't like that Bebop and Rocksteady were not as tough as I want them to be or as competent. They need to be goofy and stupid, yes, but I want that for their first appearance they needed to be a little
tougher.
Yeah. So
I mean, you're on Shredder's crew. It makes sense that you would be kind of tough.
I think that pulled it down for me. It was just the whole episode was a little goofy for my taste. So I had a number 4. What did you have as your number 4?
So my 4 and 3 could kind of be interchangeable, but I have written down a thing about rats as 4. And I don't know if it's just because I like the Mousers, but it just didn't feel as strong as I wanted the episode to be. But honestly, it could probably be interchangeable with Enter the Shredder.
Okay.
I think 3 and 4 are kind of interchangeable.
Okay, so you've got Enter the Shredder at 3, a thing about
then
rats
again,
is 4.
it's all rankings. All of my numbers are a lie, so it doesn't really matter.
Folks at home, please understand when it comes to rankings, these things are made up and they absolutely do not matter. And I could change them at an absolute drop of a hat.
At any point in time.
They do not matter. It's just something fun to do, almost as a conclusion, as a wrap up. For we're wrapping up the season of television for you, thinking back upon them as oh yeah, what did we like, what did we not like?
Right.
Of those, Rachel, since you said you're number 3, 4, and 5, any of those episodes yet have individual shelf life for you, where you would go back and?
Well, 5 doesn't.
No.
I probably would. I mean, honestly, if I went back and I watched the episodes, I would watch 2 and 3 again. I might skip episode 4.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay. My number 3, and I had number 3 as Shredder and Splintered. After just talking about it, though, it's really close with a thing about rats for me. I have Shredder and Splintered as 3, and I have a thing about rats as 2. I'm really close with those 2.
I like to think about rats. I keep feeling like I need it to be higher. I'm why did I put that as 4? I guess 2, 3, and 4 could all be interchangeable, and just my 1 and 5 have to be where they are.
Yeah. I'll keep it as is with Shredder and Splinter as 3 and a thing about rats as 2, but I could easily flip-flop those.
Right.
I think both of them had good action for the kids in it. I think both of them had good pathos. I think Shredder and Splinter might have had better characterization for Splinter, but a thing about rats had some good characterization for the turtles in general a little bit more. I like the way that they had to kind of solve the Mouser problem too.
Oh yeah, I did like that stuff. Yeah, I might move mine. I'm gonna make a thing about rats 3 now and Enter the Shredder 4.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep Shredder and Splintered though. Shredder and Splintered. The shredding as 2, because I was no, I liked this one, so I felt like it had to be higher.
Yeah, well, that's where I'm at. Where I'm after talking about it, I'm kind of but is this just recency bias because this is the last one we talked about?
That's also true.
Yeah,
it's also true, but it's not number 1.
It is not number 1. Number 1, I think for both of us, is Turtle Tracks.
Yeah.
The first episode.
Right.
I was
pleasantly surprised.
I got it. I really was. I expected when we put this on the list, I was fully expecting this to be us making fun of nostalgic Turtles shitty cartoon for 2 episodes of Shelf Life. And then when we turned it on and we watched it, and it's that's there. It's goofy. It's 1980s kids cartoon made to sell toys. But they still did the Turtles' origin justice. And it was
as much as I liked the rat versus the human to rat from the other. I like both stories, but it still worked for me now as a whole series, or a whole season. Having that actual arch full go into the Shredder versus Splinter because it's the master versus student.
Yep.
I liked that.
Yeah.
So it brought me back to being okay, the origin is good then.
Yeah. Turtle Track's the number 1 for us. So if you take the average between all of us here, then it would be Turtle Tracks 1, Shredder and Splinter 2, Think About Rats 3, Enter the Shredder 4, and Hot Riding Teenagers from Dimension X as number 5 on our average
Unless
list.
I fix
which
it.
which I actually think makes sense.
That's still the same.
Yeah, so it doesn't really change. So I actually think that I think that's right. Whereas Shreddered and Splintered are like, it's 2.5, 2.5. Like, it's like neck and neck. So it's 1, 3, and 5 are the good ones. 2 is okay, and 4 you can skip. It's bad.
Yeah, just it's unnecessary.
Rachel, let's pull it up.
I feel
It's
like Dr.
time
Who's
to
here.
rank. I'm going to disclaim this as we go through the rankings of these 6. This season felt a lot to me like when we did Seinfeld season 1,
Okay.
where it's like, okay, none of these are like awful, but none of these are great. And they're pretty interchangeable, and I don't know how to rank them, and you could probably do it in any way, shape, or form or order.
Sure.
Because as we always say, Rachel, these rankings are meaningless.
That's right. We rank everything and they don't matter. I don't. How did I
If
say
you
that
asked
for
me-
Doctor Who? Because I really liked how I said
You
it.
did.
For who's
how you
because I
said
wanted
that?
it to sound like whose line is it anyways? Like
Yeah.
we give you the rankings and they don't even matter. It's
Yeah.
like
But if you ask me tomorrow, that they could change, but this is what I feel today.
sure.
Okay, so we're going to start with number 6. I'll start with my number 6. My number 6 is Boys Club, the 4th episode. I thought it felt a little too office-y.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see what
that
you mean.
there was a lot of it that didn't work necessarily for me in this one. It wasn't terrible. Again, it feels like Seinfeld season 1, where it's like, these aren't the worst episodes.
They just aren't
probably. They're just not very strong. The best part of this was Ron showing that he actually cared
Yes.
a bit, because he kind of like defends Leslie, and not just in the way that he just wants to be out of the meeting, of the disciplinary meeting, but that he also defends Leslie and defends who she is and what she stands for, even though he disagrees with it. That's the best part of it, but overall, it didn't click for me as much just as a comedy. So
Right.
It's at the bottom of the list for me.
Yeah. I feel like it had its moments. I guess I should say it's also I put it at 6 for me too. And I think it's just because it had its moments. And I feel like I was the side
Ron and Leslie at the
Right.
disciplinary hearing is good, but the rest of the episode,
the rest
I don't
of it
think
just
is as strong.
it didn't
It's a
feel
little
very
too cringy
strong.
office
It was
humor.
a little cringy, and then I felt like the side stories. It was so disconnected. It was very disconnected, and like I like how Andy was being Andy in this, you know, and like the weird crap he was
the
doing.
bath.
Yes, it was very silly and like was
Maybe-
actually trying
You
to
know,
be a
the
good
more-
guy and
the more
clean
we
it
talk
up.
about this, the more I wonder if we need to move this from 6 to 5 for me. Rachel, can you make this one 5 for me? Yeah,
I don't
let's
know.
Go with that. Let's go with that.
I'm not sure where I want to put it. So I feel like my bottom 3 are a little interchangeable, like you were saying.
Mm-hmm.
And then like my top 3 are probably, well, no, my top 2 are interchangeable. But this one just felt so disconnected to me. But it had its moments that were enjoyable.
Yeah. So 6-5. I'm gonna stick with it at 5. Like thinking back to it. So I'm changing my. Ladies and gentlemen, we are changing the rankings. Rachel, what's your number 5?
I put number 5 as the pilot episode. They didn't feel like them yet. So like their characters felt a little off.
Yeah.
Obviously it's a pilot episode, so you have to start somewhere and it has to like, you know, bring you into it and it has to establish everything. But the establishment of it was a little light because they weren't actually the characters they were going to be yet. So it just felt like it didn't know who it was yet already. And I was just like, you weakened.
For me,
it was weakened for me.
I think it falls below. I just changed the ranking
did.
because of the pacing, I think.
Right.
Because when I was
Yes,
thinking
it
about
was-
the
it was
2
slow.
episodes, the pacing was just too slow for Parks and Rec.
Right.
It works for The Office or for, like, not even Modern Family. Modern Family's faster than The Office, but it was just too slow for Parks and Rec. And it's very simple. It's just a very simple episode to get you in and make you understand who these people are in 22 minutes. So it just works as a pilot, but it isn't much more than that. So that's why I made the flip, just because when I was thinking about it, Boys Club, with like Andy running down the street naked and the Leslie Ron scene, it's like, okay, that elevates it over the pilot.
You're making me feel like I have to change mine. This is the problem with rankings. I hate rankings. I hate them.
Well, we can agree that those two are like the bottom tier.
I feel like it. Yes.
Yeah. Then your middle tier, my number 4.
Yes, I think this is the perfect way to say it. We have 3 tiers.
Yeah. My middle tier at number 4 is canvassing, which has its moments as well. I do think that it has some funny stuff in it with the way that the town interacts with Leslie at the...
No, I think the dynamic of the town and the Parks and Rec department and how they actually go together and like communicate was what made it go a little elevated for me.
Yeah. Well, and I like her doing the filibustering her own meeting and all of that stuff. It does work. It's just that it's still kind of like learning.
Yes.
And so I thought, looking back on it too, that you were seeing some ways where the character grows throughout the series, and we were probably putting that into it versus what they were actually intending. It does work a little bit, but it is cynical. It is, and this one's very cynical.
It is.
I thought it was okay. Rachel, you're number 4.
My number 4 was The Reporter.
Mm-hmm.
It was a very Mark Brandanowitz episode. I think that's what was
very Mark Brandanowitz episode of Shelf.
And because he's just such a...
I'm going to put that as... when we say, in a very Mark Brandanowitz episode of Shelf Life. Sorry, go ahead.
No, it's okay. It was just one of those where I was just kept scoffing at it. Like, great. Like, this is, like, of course this is happening. And I just felt kind of bad for Leslie because she was so blinded by what he was doing to her the whole time. So it was just kind of one of those episodes that it didn't...
do it for you.
It didn't do it for me. But I mean, it did give me some dynamics through it, like the relationships with the characters and all of that. So of course it was like, interesting and building and all of that too. But
I actually thought that they were finding their way a little bit better.
Okay.
There is that terrible B story. I had this one at number 3.
Okay.
There is that terrible B story with the Scrabble.
Tier 2.
Where they could, again, interchangeable, pretty much. This is just my second rank, put them wherever you want. That's the second tier. That Scrabble stuff was happening, and it was like they could have done so much more with this, and they didn't.
Right.
And it's like,
yes.
It just feels like they had ideas, but they don't know how to execute them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it gets bumped up for me because Shauna is cute, but
of course it does. Of course it does.
Just saying it to make Rachel roll her eyes.
And it worked.
I liked some of the ways that Anne stands up for Leslie a bit, though. We get Ron talking about Tammy, and
the character dynamic is what was like good.
The jokes work better in this one too than canvassing and pilot, I think, probably. So for me, it kind of gets elevated a little bit there, but it is my middle tier, and it could probably be interchangeable with canvassing.
And
my number
same
2,
with me. Number 3 was canvassing, and we kind of already talked about that. So.
Oh yeah. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. Because I was like, it's kind of all of that put together. We kind of talked about how it just wasn't. It didn't get there yet. That slowness just wasn't there yet. Go on. Number 2.
Number 2 is Rock Show. I thought structurally and technically, it is the best episode. If we are looking at it from a structure standpoint, a technical standpoint, and a character standpoint writing, it is the best episode.
Yes.
I understand that. I can see. I understand when things are good, but sometimes I like things that are worse than the good things.
Sure, that's fine.
It's the most solid episode from a dialogue and the way that the characters are interacting, and I think that they're starting to put it together and understand what these characters are. We talked about the last 2 episodes where there's more improv. The actors are coming up with ideas for the characters, and those things stick. So all of that kind of works. But I think the banquet is funnier. So I have the banquet at 1 because I like the jokes more in the banquet.
Sue
me, I'm not made of stone, so I have the banquet at number 1 because I like
it's
the
a comedy.
Like the
You're
old
supposed to
man
enjoy
joke.
the jokes.
I like the jokes in the banquet more. I know that Leslie's more the butt of the joke in that one, but I like the jokes. I like the going around the table joke of all of the evil people. I like Ron with the shrimp.
Absolutely.
I like Anne saying,
"Am I the only?" Will elevate an episode to the top immediately.
Tom and stuff. So I've got the banquet at number 1, but I do completely understand, especially after you and I analyzed it.
Yes.
Of the Rock Show is the better,
which is where I have it.
Episode. Yes.
I put Rock Show as number 1 and the banquet too, just because of how solid I thought it was. Like you were saying, I thought it was a solid episode. It definitely showed what Parks and Rec is a bit more. It shows who the characters are a lot more. But yeah, the banquet is funny, so of course it's my number 2. Of course.
Yeah, so that's the top tier of season 1 of Parks and Rec.
Honestly, now, I'm gonna tell you right now, I almost just went, let's go 1 at the last episode and then just go backwards. That's literally what I was about to do. And then I was like, let me put a little bit more thought into this. Yeah. But yeah, I almost did that.
You could kind of do it that way just because they're learning almost as they go with these, so it kind of works that way. And it, like I said, it's Seinfeld season 1 where it's like you could probably go back and I'd have a completely different opinion on all of them. But yeah, that's how it kind of works out. Banquet and Rock Show are the top tier, your middle tier being Canvassing and The Reporter, and your bottom tier being Pilot and Boys Club. But, you know, that is what it is. If we were to do this, Rachel, like as we do more seasons going forward, one of my favorite podcasts is Signcast. It was a Seinfeld podcast where they went through all 180 episodes of Seinfeld. And after a while, they ended up getting, the further they went in, they kept a spreadsheet of their top 20 episodes of Seinfeld. And they would rank the episodes as a series, but then they would also give their top 5 and bottom 5 for the season. So kind of like us, but they were very focused on Seinfeld. Right. And Clue. They love the movie Clue.
I love Clue.
Like
when
us.
When can we do Clue? I love Clue.
We'll do it one day. So to me, I feel like if we were to get to like season 4 of Parks and Rec, none of these 6 episodes would be in like our top 20 by that point.
Probably not.
Guess.
Yeah. I see what you're saying. So like you're going to put up to that point your tops.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Probably not.
So, like they would fall off. They would fall off the top 20.
Yeah.
So we can decide if we want to do that as we go through the seasons, because it would kind of make sense to be like, here are the episodes that definitely have shelf life if you just get the episodes. If you're going to do that, are you going to get the whole season? Well, if you're going to do that, are you going to get the whole series? Rachel, we have passed the first semester of Community, meaning the first half of season 1 of Community. We've got to get the grades out. We've got to grade these episodes. We've got to rank these episodes.
I hate this whole moment. This is too stressful.
This is our big final here.
Everything
Rachel.
I say doesn't matter. I'm gonna fail regardless. Hopefully, this is
go
a
ahead.
pass
Go
or
ahead.
fail.
Give your disclaimer.
I don't like ranking things. There's something about it. Whatever I say right now could change. It could change while I'm talking about it. It could have changed while we were talking about these, which it did. And then it could change after this. So everything I say is not real.
And that goes for me too. These things are fluid and they can always change. I will say the purpose of doing it, people like rankings, and
I know people love rankings, to kind of figure that out. I hate it.
But another thing that it helps with is for individual episodes to have shelf life, like to try to like think through where do they kind of stack up, Mm-hmm. So Rachel, do you want to go first, or you want me to go first with my rankings?
I guess you can go first, because then I can change mine.
I will go first. Okay, here we go.
Or are we doing the back and forth? I feel like we did the back and forth that one time.
Oh, we did go back and forth. Yes, maybe we should do that.
Okay.
My number 12 is Advanced Criminal Law. That was the one. Advanced Criminal Law is the one with the pool. Britta doing the bit. I thought that the best part of that was Ian Duncan and Senior Chang going back and forth. But overall, it was only okay. I guess the one thing I'll say about this whole semester of episodes is that it's mostly fine. It's in that range of like the first season of Seinfeld or The Office, where it's like
There's maybe a couple standouts, but most of it is like okay. And there's nothing that's like bad, but there's some stuff that could be forgettable or just like average. So I've got Advanced Criminal Law at 12. What's your number 12, Rachel?
I went with 10, Environmental Science.
Okay.
Because I just felt like it was a little annoying to watch.
Yeah. I gotcha.
It wasn't the strongest to me.
My number 11 is Social Psychology. I don't even remember what that one is.
Jeff and Shirley bond over making fun of Britta's new hippie boyfriend.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I think it was just because it was mean-spirited.
And the psychology
it just felt a
experiment?
little mean-spirited.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. There's some good bits in that one, but I've got it at number 11.
Oh, God. Okay. Oh, am I supposed to do mine? I
Yes.
went with number 8, episode number 8,
Home
Economics.
Home Economics.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't have a reason. I don't know. I don't know.
That's the one with Britta getting rid of the bee.
Yeah, getting rid of the bee. Well, that's actually a fun song.
I do feel like outside of the song, though,
That's
I could
kind
see
of
where
it.
you would. Yeah, that's kind of all it's got. Yeah, that's fair. My number 10 is Environmental Science for reasons stated within episode. The Changness of it doesn't help it.
Yeah, it doesn't really.
I did actually elevate it though after watching it again because of the fact that
The
I do think it's
structure.
very well written and structured. It's just that I'm not a big fan of the plot.
Yeah, the plot, it just doesn't do it for me.
I
Which
really
just
do like the
dropped it.
Shirley and Pierce part though.
That's true, which probably should elevate it for me. But it's fine, it can stay. Then mine is episode 6, Football, Feminism, and You. I don't know. I think I just didn't think it was very strong.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
But it's that is also the one where they come up with the mascot, which is just ridiculous. Anyways.
Another thing to say about the rankings, just to throw it out there, if any of you go back and are like, that's not what you said about that episode when you guys covered it, yeah, you're probably right. Like we've said, it's fluid. I don't remember. I'm trying to remember. We watched some of these episodes almost a year ago. My number 9 is Spanish 101. It's okay. It establishes a lot of stuff for us. It establishes the Spanish class. I think that this is actually the best Chang stuff that we've gotten out of the entire season so far. But other than that, I think the middle ground, bottom middle for Spanish 101.
This is where I put Advanced Criminal Law.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. And you know what? I think that's a fair spot for it too, because there is some stuff in it that I do like.
That's funny.
Yeah, there's some
memorable.
good stuff. Mm-hmm. My number 8 was Home Economics, because I do love getting rid of the Brita, and that elevated it to that spot for me.
Sure. And then this is where I put the pilot.
Interesting. Okay. Pilot at number 8 for Rachel. Right in the big middle of the pack.
Right in the middle.
That big meaty part of the curve. My number 7, I put Football, Feminism, and You.
Okay.
I think that you're right. It's not extremely strong, but there are elements of it that I do enjoy. Some good back and forth, but it's a strong Troy episode.
Yes,
I think that Donald
that's
Glover gets
true.
to Donald Glover
wish
gets
he
to
had
have some
more.
yeah.
I went with episode 11, Politics of Human Sexuality.
For number 7. Okay. I'll tell you right now, I have that as number 6. So I think that we are right on with that one. And I think that makes sense. I think it's right in the middle of the pack. It's funny. It has some good bits in it. It is a fun episode. Probably in the middle.
Something else might definitely will be above it and below it.
What's your number 6, Rachel?
My number 6 is episode 7, Introduction to Statistics. It's the Halloween party.
The Halloween episode? Okay.
If that helps.
I had to remember that. I had to remember it too. I was like, which one is that?
Which is funny and weird and enjoyable.
Yeah.
I feel like we're getting
but
into the more
middle of the pack for you.
Kind of just
now
starts,
it's like these are good, these are funny.
Yeah. I think that's what's happening.
Number 5, I have the pilot. I think it's a really strong pilot and establishes the characters really well, especially compared to a lot of the other pilots that we've watched on Shelf
I had
Life.
it higher, and now I put it lower, and I feel silly. Like I flopped it. I think I had it up higher. And then I was like, well, maybe it should be up down here, and this should be up there, and now I feel silly, because I was like, I did have it up higher.
Well, it's up to you.
But that's gonna,
Do you want to flip-flop
it's
it?
gonna fuck up all of my numbers now, though.
Well, you could just move it around. So, like, if you think it should be 6, and then like move everything down or something.
But that's my point. It's going to fuck up all of my numbers.
I don't think it's bad. Where
I think I would have flopped it with 101. Maybe that's where I got confused. So
Spanish 101.
Yeah. So probably would have put Spanish 101 over there as 12, 11, 10, 9, 8 as number 8 instead.
Okay.
I'd have Spanish 101 in the 8th spot.
Yeah. Yeah. And you're saying like the pilot as your number 5?
No, I have pilot as 4 then.
4? Okay.
Yeah, I had number 4 was social psychology.
Number 5 was social psychology?
Yes, which is episode 4.
Gotcha. Which one? Oh, the Brita one with the nipples.
Yes.
Yeah, I could see why you like that
always,
one more than me.
Yeah, it was funny. And
definitely.
I will always remember Troy crawling out of that room.
Yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, even the ones that I have ranked low, it's like there's some good stuff in it. There is. It's just like, would you go back to it? That's where my head had to go when I was ranking it. Was like, if I rewatch the box set, like, which episodes do I pick
tried
out of
to
it?
go from like, oh, which one didn't I like as much, and then I tried to just stack it, and then I was like, something's not working, and then I started moving stuff around, and then I'm like, it's still not working, and then I don't know, so I don't like my numbers, but it's fine.
My number 4 was Introduction to Film, a Strong Heart episode. It shows what Community can be more than just kind of like a goofy sitcom Office-esque thing, where it's actually got a little bit of heart to it that it can reflect in how it does its goofiness. So number 4, I think that one's pretty strong. That's a strong episode.
This is where
number 4 was the pilot.
Yeah, so I flipped to that should be the pilot, because I think I just got them mixed up in my head.
Yeah, Spanish 101, even just saying it makes it feel like that should be the first one. So.
Yeah, so I think I got them flipped, so that's where I'm going to put the pilot.
Number 3, I have Introduction to Statistics. I think it's a solid episode. I think it's well written and structured. They're trying some stuff out cinematically, so I like the Halloween episode, and it's an easy enough one to watch annually or what have you, so I think that's why that one gets up there too.
I went with Debate 109.
Yeah, I could see that.
Because that's just funny and fun and just ridiculous and enjoyable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Definitely. Mm-hmm. It's a really good episode. Mm-hmm. It's easy to come back to that one. Number 2 for me is Comparative Religion. I think it is a really great episode, and we see my explanation 5 minutes ago.
Oh, hey, guess what? So is mine.
Hey! There we go. There it is. And my number 1, that means that my number 1 is Debate 109.
And my number 1 is Intro to Film.
Yeah, hey! I do really love Debate 109. I think that one's really great.
It's so fun. Yeah. I feel like
and I can see why you like Introduction to Film. It's got the heart that Rachel likes and her community. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the official Shelf Life ranking. Let's go. I'm gonna go lowest to highest.
Okay.
Is environmental science, advanced criminal law, home economics, Spanish 101, and football feminism and you tied at 8.5 points there. Social psychology, the politics of human sexuality, the pilot and introduction to statistics, both tied.
Okay.
Introduction to film, and then at the top of the list, both tied, is Debate 109 and Comparative Religion.
I'm fine with that.
So there you go. Mm-hmm. That's actually a pretty accurate list.
That feels right. Now that you said it like that, I was like, oh, that feels right.
Yeah. I did put down, because of the way that we're going to do this, like which ones I would say have shelf life in general.
Sure.
You would probably like determine that just like by like cutoff or whatever. I've got the pilot, introduction to film, introduction to statistics, Debate 109,
comparative religion and politics of human sexuality being ones that I think have shelf life. Like,
I'll
I can go
agree.
back and I would watch those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fine. Yeah, I'll agree.
I think you might say also social psychology in there
Yes.
for the Troy crawling out.
I'll do that
of,
one. Yes.
yeah.
Because that's just
Yeah.
wonderful. And Abed not leaving the room because it's Abed. I love that.
Yeah.